What's going on? What's going on, everybody? This is Derek, and with me today is the only man to dig up his number 2 and wipe it all over the tents to keep the animals from coming into camp barehanded. Carl Mandrioli. I don't know why he still does it. It's disgusting. Don't ever shake his hand.
I'm embarrassed for your grossness. I'm embarrassed.
Don't ever shake his hand, you guys.
Okay. Welcome to the Backpackers Podcast, brought to you by Enlightened Equipment, makers of the best ultralight quilts on the market. Check them out at enlightenedequipment.com. With me today is Derek Somerville, a man who always finds candy laying around at playgrounds. He calls them recess pieces.
Wow, that was horrible. I hope people troll you on that one.
Yeah, yours is way better with digging up your number 2. That really brought people in. That welcomed them to the show. Thank you.
I'm just telling them what I've seen every week. I'm telling them my personal experiences. Vulnerability creates, bonds, compassion. None of these puns about
there was
recess,
a lot of vulnerability. Thank you for,
thank you for changing my life with recess pieces. That was so good.
Pieces, recess pieces.
My bad. That's my fault. I tried to make it better. I couldn't do it.
You did
we got a fun one today. This is going to be
power rankings. Power rankings.
I'm sure we'll have disagreements. It's totally fine. But we're going to see where we lie. Our allegiances lie. A lie?
Not just ours, but everybody's out there. So I kind of polled a large audience to find out kind of where things ranked based on the feedback they gave. And you're familiar with power rankings, right?
Yeah, like the sports teams, Carl.
Yeah.
The power rank. You watch sports? You a sports guy?
Sometimes, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. And
curling's
people are typically,
really,
they're looking for who's up top, but then something that they're a fan of, where does that one rank? And we're not going down a list of 20 or 30. What we're going to do is we're going to do a top 2 for each of us and a top 2 from the masses and then a bottom 1. So I feel like that's going to cover a lot of ground.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's so many things for all these different categories with freeze-dried food, outdoor brands, luxury items. There's just so much to cover that we're just not going to cover all the ground if we just and nobody wants to hear us listing off forever. Then there's this one, then there's this one. So we're just covering the top. We're gonna kind of hit the highlights.
We're gonna give you some highlights. Give you some highlights today.
How hard was this for you?
Actually, this was pretty easy. This prep took me not that long.
The difference between backpacking world power rankings and sports power rankings, I feel like sports is, it's very subjective. So is ours, but typically when you see teams are this team's towards the top, and then at the end of the season, a lot of the teams don't do very well, and it's just it's kind of all for nothing. Whereas a lot of the ones that are coming up today, I think, have stood the test of time and legitimately should be towards the top. Would you agree?
I would think so. But yeah, I think, I found the easiest part to coming up with my bottom. The bottom one was those just popped into my head immediately.
So when I was what do you like about freeze-dried food? You're actually, I hate this one. That was what
I hate that one. Yeah, no, but for the top 2, I could have I picked 2 for each one, obviously, but I could have swapped it out with another 2 or 3 that I think are just.
If you want to add a couple more, if you want to give honorable mentions, fine.
You know what I might?
Yeah,
I might.
No, don't be shy. Okay,
all right, thank you.
So now let's just talk in general here. What is your number 1 power ranking? For any brand, any product, backpacking related or not, anything in the world, what's your number 1?
My number 1 power rank. That's a broad question.
I know. And it's really hard to answer unless I told you about it ahead of time, which I did.
Yours is Lululemon, I know. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
Dude, I got some info on Lululemon actually.
Do you really?
Yeah. I'm talking a minute about it.
My top brand. I'm gonna say it's I'm gonna say it's one of my tops. Obviously, we could go on all day, but I think one of my tops is Hurley, the Hurley clothing brand.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, I just like a lot of the stuff brand? They have. Yeah, I just always gravitated towards it. I like a lot of their stuff.
What do you have of theirs?
I got jackets. I got swim trunks. I got t-shirts. I got
pajama pants.
No pajama pants. Let's not get crazy. I bought backpacks from them. So I bought wetsuits from them. So I find myself going back to them over and over again.
And they're all good.
They're all good. For me, I like them all. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about you? Other than Lulu, what do you?
So I had a hard time thinking about this because I feel like every brand has something that's like really good, you love it, and then one's kind of like a, you know, kind of a pooper.
Your
and
wife,
not as
wait,
good.
wait, wait. Your wife texted me your favorite brand was Sleep Number mattress. Is that? It's a
That sounds
mattress.
real. That sounds real. She
Yeah.
texts you a lot. Yeah.
Well, in this case, I'm just
Why?
a mattress.
Where
I
in
didn't
the
think
world did that come from? Like, what are you
I
even
didn't think a
talking about right
mattress
now?
would be your top
It's not.
top thing. I mean, I know
Yeah.
you like to be lazy and sleep a lot, but come on, like
I
branch
get
out a
accused
little
of
bit.
that a lot. That's surprising.
It's
huh?
either Lulu, Fabletics, or Sleep Number mattress. So,
Nice.
and is there
That's what
another
you
one I
went
don't know
with.
about?
Okay.
Is there another?
My number
Keep
one
up.
brand is, and I've talked about this in the show, but not for a while, is Nathan, which is a running brand, and specifically the running vests. They kind of were the first one to really revolutionize the market to make the running vests, at least the ones that I experienced, where they kind of fit perfectly. And people wear them for hiking, of course, as well, where you can have like quick access to things like your phone or snacks or whatever, drinks, anything. And they make the best fitting ones. And I've been using their running vests for a decade. So,
Okay. That's great. I think you got to be a little careful when you say Nathan is my favorite brand, though, because there's also, you know, yes, you need to add an S to it, but there's Nathan's hot dogs.
hot dogs, right?
So is that part of, is that all encompassed?
No, because now we're going to go down a rabbit hole that I don't think we want to go down, but I think that the hot dog eating contest, which is sponsored by Nathan's, is one of the most absurd things that happens in America.
That I did see a video of 2,000 people doing human dominoes. That was pretty bad too. So
okay,
you know,
but that's not like
there.
wasting food, where they literally just like shout on the food and then they throw it up afterwards. So
super healthy for you.
I don't think our target audience is our professional eaters, but if so, we probably lost them because this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing for America that we have that. That's my opinion.
Wow, noted.
Okay.
Let the trolling begin. Yeah.
Really. Lululemon. Here's what's funny about it is I've been like on the hunt for the perfect short, like for running, for backpacking. And when I look at top rated shorts, Lululemon for men come up. And there's no stinking way I would buy that brand, but they keep on coming up in search results and like rankings on various websites, backpacking sites, trail running sites, whatever. And I didn't even know. Like when I think of the brand Lululemon, I think of like women's stuff, and so it surprised me they made med stuff.
Yeah.
And even if it's the number one best short ever, because it's called Lululemon, I can't buy that.
That's your own. That's your own issue, though. I have some of the best pants I have are Lululemon pants. They're so comfortable.
Wait, whoa! You're making fun of me about a brand that you own. What world are you in right now?
I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying I think you have an insecurity with Lululemon. That's all I'm saying. They have a men's line. I don't have an insecurity.
I'm just telling you, like I'm not
because it sounds silly. It sounds silly.
Yeah, so I'm a masculine dude, and if you want to delve into feminine clothing products, then that's your issue. Not mine.
I don't dabble about it. If it's good, it's good. Like if it's, I mean, they have a men's thing. I have. What do I have? Somebody give me a gift card. I got one of the best shirts I own. And
I gave you the gift card. What kind of friend is that?
It's just a friend. Why are you so anti Lulu? If it's good, it's good. Who cares?
It's great for women. Do you have Lululemon leggings?
No, I don't have leggings. I have a pants. Sure? I have pants and I have a couple of shirts, and they're great.
Are the pants skin tight? Those are called leggings.
No, they're not skin tight.
Okay, they're just
okay?
Sort of.
I don't think you're secure right now. I'm worried about you. I think you need to see my pants and you'll be like, you know what, Derek? I was wrong. Maybe I should try these on.
All right. Well, let us know. Is it okay? Is it generally like if you have a friend that has Lululemon clothing on, are you proud to have that dude as a friend?
Wow.
That's the question.
Don't feel judged at all, guys. Tell me what you really think.
I'm asking a question that people can respond.
There's a question, and then there's like the question below the question. You know what I mean? So,
all right. So we got our power rankings, and then also coming up with tidbits. I have a quick review on something that Derek literally refused to try and to review. So we'll get to that. So
yes, coming up. Yes. Okay.
All right. Bible verse is Isaiah 40:29. He gives power to the faint, and to him who has no might, he increases strength. So, Derek, besides every single backpacking trip, when was a time you felt weak and powerless?
Besides every backpack, that's cute. Oh, Reese's Pieces, where are you now? When did I feel strong? What was this question?
Weak
I got
and powerless.
I got weak and powerless. Let's see.
The opposite of what you said.
When I had food poisoning and I could barely get out of bed and I had pee butt for like 3 days.
Wait, for 3 days? What kind of food poisoning was that? Oh my god,
Dude, it was bad, dude. It was bad.
I've never had food like 24 hours at most. What did you eat? Like, are you just like chowing down on raw chicken?
Dude,
what is that?
It was chicken, actually. It was chicken out of commission.
Okay.
I'm gonna say over 3 days. I was just like couldn't get it back to neutral. I mean, it took me a minute.
Neutral.
Just the stomach was in pain.
Answer.
The booty was, I could go into more detail, but it's family friendly, so I'm gonna leave it there. But
okay,
yeah, it was brutal.
Okay.
So
I don't think that stopped you before.
Well, we're all human beings.
Well, thanks for playing the game. Let's get to the power rankings here. We
Let's
got
power rank.
All right.
You go first
top
today.
Two favorites each category. You can mention honorable mentions, bottom for each category, and then we'll share what the masses said. All right, so here we go.
Yeah.
I picked 3 things.
What are your top two?
If we like this topic, we might do this again with different things, different categories.
Categories, yeah.
I'll start with freeze-dried food.
Okay, what do you got? You two. Top 2, go.
Okay, here we go. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so peak refuel is my number 1. I should have done more of like a number 2 than number 1, but peak refuel is tops. Specifically, like the coconut curry, the chicken coconut curry. I love that one. That's kind of my go-to favorite one. I feel like you need to add a little bit of salt to it, but it's just I'm never dissatisfied with that at the end of a hard backpacking day. And then I was introduced to Pinnacle, I want to say about a year ago. And Pinnacle is, I think you've tried this, Derek, but I don't know that I like all of theirs, but there's a couple chicken ones which are amazing. So they have some of the best ones. So they could even be like a 1A, 1B.
Pinnacle.
Those are my tops.
Okay.
And then
we're waiting for the bottom. You got any other ones you're gonna throw in there?
I want you to share your tops before I share my bottom.
I'm surprised you didn't say, okay, well, my number 2 was Peak. My number 2 is Peak. I love Peak. They have quality, hearty, good amounts, chickens, a lot of stuff. Calorie.
Is there any that stand out to you? Any particular one?
Not really. I mean, I like a lot of them. I don't know. I mean, I think I had
like the biscuits and gravy a lot. They like the pork.
I had a chicken one that was delish. They just taste good. They all taste like quality.
Amazing.
Right?
They do.
My number 1 was actually Packet Gourmet. I love Packet Gourmet.
Yeah.
Mainly the chicken tortilla soup. It's so good.
Why haven't you bought that then? Like we had that years ago now, and I don't think you've bought it.
I have it for the next trip. I'm bringing it.
All right.
Yeah. I love it.
Did you get the tortilla soup then?
I did.
Is that I feel like that's not enough calories. Isn't that like a
I have it paired with another meal. So I'll probably do like a risotto or something like that.
It's an expensive one, and I think they're on Amazon now too, right?
I believe yes, they are. They are on Amazon. Right. So those are my 2 probably posts. I do remember the Pinnacle you gave me that was good. Yeah. But I don't think I've had enough of it to be like this is top.
Okay,
top 2.
that's fair. That's fair.
So
okay, and honestly, like Derek probably would have said Backpackers Pantry had they still been making the salmon pesto, but now they are dead to him.
That would have been top spot. That alone would have been a top spot
for sure. Okay, the worst ones I had a really hard time picking just one for the worst because one has like horrendously the worst meal I've ever had, and then the other one isn't like horrendous, but none of their meals are good. So. And they've been around forever.
I wonder if we'll have the same one.
Okay, well, I've already talked about this before, but ReadyWise makes a spicy Asian noodles that was so bad that I actually, even though I was hungry, I took a couple bites and then I put it into the campfire, which was very controversial because people were suggesting it would attract bears. But again, we were in Colorado where bears are skittish and the bears would come. It got consumed in the fire, so calm down, everybody. And then I found out last year that John Kelly's like, I found a ReadyWise that fits with whatever diet he was on at the time. John Kelly from the Backpacking Podcast. And I'm like, whatever you got for ReadyWise, I hope it wasn't the spicy Asian noodles. Sure enough, that's what he got. And then his ended up in the fire. He's like, this is horrible. And he even brought stuff to add to it. So
really?
Yeah. So
that's he brings like spices and stuff, doesn't he? Doesn't he bring like
I think he brought like even like dehydrated like chicken. I don't know what he did. I don't know. I was only half listening and it was a year ago. So anyway, so that's the word. And then and I've never had anything good from ReadyWise. They've made some pro meals that I think are I shouldn't say that. They made some pro meals that are decent, but I just like sampled them at the outdoor retailer show. But the worst one where like none of their food is good and they've been around since like we were kids is Alpine Air. I think they made some new ones that are supposed to be good recently, but none of them that I've ever had I like. So I'm not really willing to take the risk on them because they're kind of expensive.
Yeah, I do remember that.
What's
My low ball it's just Mountain House. I just don't like it.
Really?
It's gross. It just
all of them are gross.
It just tastes like bland to me. It just tastes kind of bleh. Okay. I don't know why. I feel like
Mountain House is like the definition of middle of the road.
Maybe I'm not gonna say it's gross. If I had to eat Mountain House, okay, it is gross. I think it's just like once you've had like Pinnacles, Peaks, Packet, and you go back to Mountain House, you're like, oh
yeah.
Like chicken and rice.
I think they have some bad ones for sure. I think they have some good ones. Like when I first started backpacking, I still like their lasagna. They've come out with some new ones. They have a chicken enchilada, which is amazing. They came out with a pepperoni pizza, which is kind of like a different version of their lasagna, which I like still. So I'm actually bringing that one on the next trip, to be honest. So it's not my top, but I still like it.
Okay, maybe give me a bite. I want to be the chicken enchilada, you said?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, because I
didn't get the enchilada. I got the pepperoni pizza one, so you can have a bite of that one.
So maybe they have revamped their quality then?
Kind of, but I met with them at a media show recently, and I warned them. I said, get rid of that shrimp fried rice. That's the worst. That's one of the worst meals I've ever had. And they just smiled and were like, we'll talk about it. I don't think I have a whole lot of power in that regard.
And it's still in the stores. Still in the stores.
Yeah, and so is chicken and rice. And there's multiple brands that make chicken and rice. And I just think, why would you spend $13 to $18 on chicken and rice? That's so boring. And you're getting price gouged. So that's
correct.
Lame.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
All right.
So let's move on.
We had some interesting answers we had a really good answer, I think.
Yeah.
For the masses. Okay.
Masses. Yeah. What are the masses?
They had a really good answer for the worst backpacking meal. And there's actually like evidence to support this. So, okay, their top ones, they also had Peak Refuel. They had that. That was number one biggest answer. Second most popular answer was Pinnacle. Third most popular answer was Backpacker's Pantry. Packet didn't even come up. Yeah, Packet didn't come up. Kind of interesting.
What? Really?
Yeah. So I put this out to like a couple 100,000 folks on the socials, and
can we trust
the answers
it?
they gave.
Can we trust it then? Has everybody had Packet? Maybe they need.
Oh no, there's some people were mentioning brands I'd never heard of before. So there's so many brands out there now. It's hard to keep track of them all.
That's true.
But here's the fourth place. Very interesting answer. Kind of like the highbrow like answer. I don't even eat freeze-dried meals. I dehydrate my own meals. So thank you for taking the time to answer and tell us that you are not participating in this survey.
I'm gagging on the bouginess right now, Carl. I can't.
So I do that too sometimes, but if somebody's asking you what your favorite freeze-dried food meal is, I'm not going to be like, well, actually, I don't lower myself to that standard. I'm not going to answer
I cold soak everything, guys. So.
Do you have friends that are that way? You're like, hey, so what's your favorite car? I actually build my own cars.
Those are the people I don't.
Or whatever you ask them.
Those are the people.
Like, what's your favorite restaurant? I'm a gourmet chef, so I make my own food 100% of the time. Like that person. Do you have that? It's kind of like it's more subtle than that though. It's like, hey, what did you think about this movie? Well, movies like that are just like not really my genre. And furthermore, this is what like. I'm not asking. I'm not talking to them anymore. Like it's just answer the question. Let's have some fun. We're no longer friends. Get out of here.
Do you like a good action movie? Like a good fight scene? Like what do you like? But they, just want to be better than everybody. So,
right.
Yeah. So okay. Well,
so if you dehydrate your own meals, I do too, and I'm proud of you. That's awesome. But sometimes you don't have time, and you just grab a freeze-dried food meal for dinner, for breakfast, whatever. It's fine. Do that. That's great.
Oh yeah. How about just answer the question? How about that?
Yeah.
How about that?
All right.
Let's go on to outdoor.
Worst one.
Oh, for the masses, worst one. Yeah. Go.
Yeah, worst one. I don't think you've tried this brand, but this brand is like all of their meals are rated like 2 stars or under on the REI website, and that is Trailtopia.
Ugh. And they're still in business?
I don't know how, man, because they're still selling on REI. I actually met the owner of this company. Super nice guy. So I so wanted to like his meals. And then I had one, and it was kind of like Alpine Air. Like, it wasn't horrendous. It just wasn't great. But you're you're spending so much money, you want something that's great, right?
Yeah.
So
That's it. What was
there you
his
go.
thought on the whole? Was he kind of like, we're
Well,
making
his thought
money?
was like, this is how, dude, to be honest, this is how all these freeze-dried food companies come out. Like, there's always new ones. And what they say is like, you know what? Like, I think I can do better. And we tried this, and I tried my own recipes, and all my friends said that these were amazing and way better than what they've had. So I'm in business now. And that's kind of his backstory.
Okay,
And it worked. I mean, he's an REI, so whatever his story was worked,
people are buying them, clearly.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Outdoor brands?
Just to clarify, outdoor brands, these are companies that don't just make one thing. They have to make multiple things.
Okay, so number 2, I don't know. I have a lot. I mean, I put number 2, actually, I put as Cool, Kuhl, clothing company.
Okay.
They make like bags, they make fleeces, jackets, pants, shirts, men's and women's. Lululemon, but
better than Lululemon, you're saying.
So
better
just a cooler name, Cool. So
Okay.
you feel better about yourself, I guess.
You're hitting the sweet spot, man. Everybody out there's like nodding their heads, like that would be in my top 2 as well.
Oh, brother. Anyway, I have these pants from Cool that I have had for over, I don't know, 10 years. I love these pants. They're so perfect. They dry quick. They feel great. They're
Are
durable.
they the zip off ones where you can like?
No, I had all that crud before. No, these don't zip off, but they're just durable and they're good and they're comfortable.
When you wear the zip off pants, you're really only a couple pieces of gear away from being a fake ranger.
That's true. As I was saying that to you, there was a spider crawling up my wall, so I got a little distracted. But we're gonna move on. So that's number 2. Number 1 for me. I mean, I could have gone so many different ways. I could have gone Big Agnes. I could have gone Marmot. I actually went with REI because I bought a lot of gear from them, like sleeping bags, sleeping mats, water filter, like just a lot of stuff. I think maybe, and I still have a lot of it, and it's still in good shape, and it's still great.
Wow.
So I know there's tons of brands. I like REI. I mean, REI's got some good stuff, but I could have gone Big Agnes with the tent. Like our tent is, how long has it lasted that you wanted to sell, and we still keep it because it's so great, and it's lightweight and it's wonderful.
Yeah, it's like, pushing 8-9 years, something like that.
Yeah, so there's that. I don't know. I could go on. I don't know. There's a lot of good, but so those are probably 2. But I have others too.
Okay, nice.
What do you got? You got?
I got Enlightened Equipment. Not just because we're the Enlightened Equipment podcast, but because they make the top quilts, like we already mentioned. Okay. And I've been using their Torrid jacket, and I've like in comparing weights to some like the Decathlon down jacket, I'm like, this is the same weight and it's warmer because there's more insulation in there. Somebody be bringing that this summer on my big epic trip on the collegiate loop. And so that's my number 2. And then my number 1, this brand I think is like underrated. This brand does not get talked about that much, and they make a ton of stuff. And I just realized the other day, I'm like, I like everything that I own from them.
Outdoor Vitals.
Black Diamond.
Oh, Black Diamond is good. Yeah.
So I have a headlamp that I love.
That's mine too.
I have like the trekking poles. I use their carbon fiber trekking poles, and I've used them up. Like over the last few years, I just replaced the tips.
Okay.
And the last thing is I got a Black Diamond rain jacket. So
is that the blue one?
Yeah.
You like that one still? How long you had that?
Yeah, for a few years. It's good.
Still holding up?
Still holding up, yeah. So I like all their stuff. That's
I like Black Diamond. I like Black Diamond.
Yeah. Okay. The masses, here's what they said. So putting it out there, they liked Outdoor Research. That's a good brand. They also, somebody had REI on their list. Somebody had Enlightened Equipment on their list. A lot of folks, or a few folks, had Z-Packs and Durst gear. Those were the top ones.
Z-Packs are good, Okay, those are all good. Yeah. There's so many companies that are good.
I know. And there were, and I had a hard time getting people to name their least favorite or the worst company for both this and our next category. What was your worst outdoor brand or brands?
It's easy. Camelback. Hate it.
That's a great answer.
Camelback.
I'm actually jealous of that answer.
Automatically went to Camelback.
But wait a second. Okay, so they make bladders and packs. I guess that's technically they make 2 things. Okay.
Bladders, packs. Just bleh.
Yeah.
We talked about it.
They revolutionized things. They were kind of like the OGs with the hydration packs, but then they just haven't done anything like very innovative, in my opinion, in the last decade or 2. So that's a great answer. Okay. I actually had 2 on my worst were 2 of your best. I had REI and Big Agnes.
Oh, for your worst? Really?
Yeah.
Why do you hate Big Agnes? We have the tent.
I know, and their tent and tents are stinking amazing. But if we're
Right.
talking like consistency with their gear, they're known to have among the worst sleeping pads, like deflation rates, just issues with their sleeping pads. They've come out with packs that I don't know that I haven't seen a good review on any of their packs.
Okay, I'll give you
And I
that,
don't
but
know why.
but the tent alone should keep it off the worst. The tents are awesome.
Mine was based on consistency. Like if it's, like REI is like, what is REI? Are they entry level? Is that entry level stuff?
No,
Or
no. I would
maybe
say
one
entry
notch
level is like
above?
no. I'd say entry level is like Walmart, Target, whatever
Okay.
they have over there, right?
Yeah,
But
maybe. But so
I mean,
whatever they
don't
are,
get me wrong.
they're
There's some basic stuff at REI that I wouldn't buy, right? But there's been a lot of
but they
stuff
make
that
stuff that's not entry level. They make some really good quality
I
stuff.
know.
Then they make stuff that breaks immediately, and they make stuff like you just said that you wouldn't even buy in the first place.
I wouldn't buy it.
And
But
then they have some prices which are like very budget compared to the high end,
Right.
and some prices like tent specifically, which are not. And so it's very confusing.
But
how to buy REI stuff.
I think the thing that makes it easier to buy from them is because you go into the store and you have a billion options, so it kind of balances out, right? Like I picked my sleeping bag. I still have that hyper light, whatever, is a 17-degree bag, still a great bag, and it was like compared it to like all the top brands. Like I don't know, I'm still glad I got that bag. So, but and then sleeping mats were good. They never went bad. But then other stuff is just like, well, it's just not that great.
That's
but
why
you
I'm
have
saying
so many, but you have a lot of options right in front of your face. I think that's why I'm kind of like and I find myself like, okay, I can kind of count on this, and I know I can also bring it back within a year, major plus. So I know I think because it's you can bring it back with ease, it bumps it up for me.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Honorable mention for the worst one, Temu. Just saying.
Temu.
All right. Last one is luxury items. You can get specific with the brand. You don't have to, but just like your top 2 luxury items you bring that you think are worth the wait, whether they're heavy or not that heavy, and then the luxury item that you think is the most terrible that you see people bringing.
Oh yeah, easy. Okay.
Okay.
You go first.
All right. So number 2 is an like overly large, extra large pillow. And for this next trip, I'm going to go on. I'm probably bring 2 pillows, to be honest. I just really want good neck support. I've had some neck issues lately, so I want good support. I'm willing to pay the price and wait for the pillow. And so one that I'm bringing that I just got from Xped is an oversized pillow. I was using like a Trekology once. I'm going to try a new one, see how that works. So that's my number 2. My number 1 is kind of a Captain Obvious, the Helinox Chair Zero. I don't bring it every trip. If I'm going ultralight, it's not coming. But if it's a trip that I think I can manage the extra weight on it, it's coming, and I love it. Are you going to bring that specifically? I don't like the REI version. I think that's a terrible backpacking chair.
So are you going to bring it on the big trip or no? July.
I'm bringing it on our next trip. The Chair Zero is coming.
That's April. Are you bringing it in July?
No. That's the ultralight trip. I'm not bringing it. I'm trying to go sub 20 total pack weight in July.
That's a good idea. Okay. Those are good. Mine was my number 2 was are my just pajama pants and slippers, man. Just any brand, any style, like whatever floats your boat.
Okay.
That is a game changer after a long day. So yes, the downside is it's very bulky to bring fleece pants and slippers. But worth it to me. I think it's a morale booster. It makes me feel warm. And if I'm warm at night, it just changes my whole mood. So that's for me. And then number 1 is it's still got to be like my ultralight warm sleeping bag, Magma from REI. I know it's kind of ridiculous.
It's not a luxury item. You have to bring a sleeping bag. It's not a luxury item.
No, but I have like 3 sleeping bags. I could bring a smaller sleeping bag. I could bring a thicker sleeping bag that weighs heavy, weighs more, but this one just gets it done all the time. Okay. It's so consistent. I love it. So that's my favorite sleeping bag. It is what it is.
It's not a luxury item. That's like my tent. Okay. My tent is my favorite luxury item. Like that doesn't make any sense. I'm bringing my favorite tent.
That's the luxury comes from the size of it and
is it heavier than your other ones? Like, why is it luxurious aside from it does what it says it does?
Why does luxury have to be heavier though? That's what you're saying?
I'm trying to figure out why it's luxury over like something that's just simply a required item.
It's luxury because it was expensive.
Okay.
It's also lightweight and it's also really warm. That's why.
I think our definitions of luxury item are different, and I think your definition is different from.
Do you want me to
everybody else's out there.
okay? If you want to mock my Osprey budget, I'll just say my Osprey pack. That should be luxury too.
Okay.
No,
That's
is
a
that
little
luxury?
pack. You still have to stink and bring a backpack, dude. That's not answering the
I
question.
have my old cruddy one. I could do my old cruddy
You did
one. That's
so
like
good
6
on this
pounds.
until now. So you were like knocking it
Oh
out of the park until
God.
right now.
Oh wow! Well, how do you have friends left? How do you have friends after high school after this? I don't know.
How did you ever get questions right on tests? Is my question.
Guys, thank you for responding to my email to everybody I sent out to like 200,000 people to just be Carl's friend. So thank you guys, I appreciate it.
Okay. Wait. Let's go to worst. I gotta
my
go
worst
to worst.
ones. My worst ones.
No, I gotta go to worst because it relates to what your best ones are.
Okay, you go.
Worst
go.
worst luxury items by far are Derek's pajama pants and slippers.
That's so stupid. You were doing so great till now. You're doing so great. Yeah. It's like you mock me or something, and then you do the same thing. Mine is easy.
That's on your best list.
You can't think of a lousy luxury item. Easy.
Okay, good.
Hanging tent lights. There's so many people. Every time somebody's like, "I got this new hanging tent light. It's amazing."
Good comeback.
They're just so dumb. Like, just hang a headlamp.
Answer.
Just hang up a headlamp and call it a night.
That's a great answer. Lanterns,
you know I'm right.
candle lanterns, all that stuff. That's a great answer.
It's such a waste.
I will. Okay. To your credit, I'm gonna bring some pajama pants on the next backpacking trip. So
I would love to see that.
I'm gonna see if maybe I'm missing out. Maybe I'm
slippers. We're going slippers. No,
that's
too much.
Yeah. All right. Everybody else, they had the pillow on their list of luxury items, but the number one luxury answer, more than anything else, was the cork massage ball.
That's luxury. That weighs
like have to have that, and it's extra weight and
some people might think they have to have it if they have foot issues, and that weighs like less than an ounce, right?
Some of them do, but some of the big ones actually weigh a few ounces.
I don't know about that.
It's a luxury item. It's not an essential. It's not an essential. It's not a sleeping bag. It's not a backpack.
Okay. It's not a high end sleeping bag.
What is a luxury item, and then we'll define it for
It's not a high. Well, there's no. You could bring a regular Junko sleeping bag, but then you know what? I'm going to step it up and bring a more luxurious sleeping bag because I want to feel a certain way. You're welcome. Right. Like you.
Those are our power rankings, folks. We told you what everybody else said, and now it's time for power trivia coming up right after this. The trail is calling your name. Are you ready? Are you really ready? Our good friend Roan from Summit Strength can get you trail ready. Roan uses rock-solid evidence to design a specialized training program just for you. There are plenty of cookie-cutter programs out there that will get you only halfway up the mountain. Make it to your adventure summit with Summit Strength. The link to your success is always in our episode description, but you can check out all the information you need at summitstrength.com.au/online. It's time to be strong and pain-free for your next adventure. All right, power trivia. I got 3 questions.
All right.
2 of them are multiple choice, and the other one I think is easy. So let's see how you do.
This will be like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. What are we talking about?
It is now. Yeah. Number 1. Actually, only one of them is multiple choice as I'm reading this. Can you name 2 of the top 10 states with the most wind turbines? 2 of the top 10.
2 of the top 10 states?
Yeah, top 10.
There's 10 states with turbines.
10 states that have the most, top 10. There's more than 10 that have turbines, obviously.
Okay, wind turbine. So like the windmills and all that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I know California. Is this multiple choice or just I gotta?
No, you gotta tell me 2.
Well, I know. Oh, geez. I mean, I know California has some. I don't know how many they have, but like, I live by Palm Springs. They have a bunch.
Okay.
I don't know how many that is though. That's the only problem. Okay, let me think here. Where in the U.S. it's windy? Maybe like.
It's not just windy, but it has to have like, I'll give you a hint, like good land size.
Okay, I'm gonna go Texas just because of the size. I'm going Texas. I'm gonna go Texas because of the size. Yeah.
Okay, Texas is the number 1 answer. They have the most.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay, and then I'm gonna say, I know what's windy. Maybe like East
be like-
Coast?
Has to have
Maybe
a
like-
population to just to need the electricity, of course.
Population need the electricity. Maybe like gosh. It's like I want to say like New York, right?
Okay.
They have the population, but where would they put the wind turbines? They have wind turbines on like the Hamptons out there. Where do they put these things? I mean,
And New York is known for it's a super windy state.
I'm gonna go Illinois. Then I'll go Chicago, Illinois.
Okay. Illinois is correct.
Yes.
And so is California, by the way. Iowa, Oregon,
Was it?
Colorado, Oklahoma, Kansas, Minnesota, and North Dakota. So
Where was California on the list?
I think it was like 2 or 3. It's up there.
Really? It was up there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we had a lot.
Number 2, some cars run on biofuels such as A, vegetable oil, B, recycled paper, C, urea from urine, or D, this is a trick question because Mr. Fusion can use any matter as fuel.
You said Mr. Fusion?
Yeah,
What is
you're
it?
not familiar with Mr. Fusion?
What are you talking? What is this question? What are you talking
Some
about?
cars can run on biofuels such as, and it's one of those.
And I have to pick. Okay, so we have vegetable oil. We have.
Yeah.
This is the dumbest question you've ever had. Types
Not
of
very nice.
biofuel. Well, I'm just being honest with you.
This is like super easy, super easy.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah, they've done so many shows and they've mentioned this so many times on the news and for years.
I mean,
For
I want
years.
to. I want to say. Let me say vegetable oil.
Vegetable oil is obviously correct. Recycled paper, like you're shoving paper into
I'm
a
not-
car, like
I
really?
didn't- I
or
didn't-
peeing into a car, like that. You're considering those as options.
I'm trying to. It wasn't those. It was your Mr. Bio. What was your?
Your Back to the Future, buddy, where he's
Okay,
like
that was
throwing
the-
all sorts of junk into the car and it's working.
That was the
Back to
dumbest. That was. I was like, what is he talking about?
Be
I couldn't
positive.
figure.
Number 3, to pass trivia. Actually, you already passed trivia. So number 3,
Yeah.
just for fun, name 2 people or creatures, they could be real or fictional, who got powers from being struck by lightning.
The Flash,
Correct.
who got powers from being struck by lightning. Creatures
Or people.
or people?
Yeah.
They got. No. Thor's the god of thunder and light. I'm gonna say people or creatures.
Yeah.
And there's just fill in the blank, huh? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm trying to think of
All
it.
right.
Like,
Incorrect.
give me another one.
I had He-Man,
Oh,
had-
the sword. Got it.
Godzilla,
Oh,
Frankenstein.
wait, it's not
and-
lightning though, is it? Is it radioactive? Isn't it radioactive stuff?
I think there's multiple
No.
Godzilla storylines there.
No, because he like shoots his radioactive up into the sky. He doesn't get hit by lightning.
Hey, fun
Incorrect.
fact, Derek is a Godzilla expert. Did not know that about
Fun
you.
fact: Carl did not do enough research on that question.
There's like 10 different Flashes. Apparently, all of them got struck by lightning, but there's lots of different storylines for all these folks, including
made that up.
Frankenstein. And somebody tried to make the case for Benjamin Franklin.
Oh,
That knowledge.
stop it!
Yeah.
Stop it! Where's the?
Okay.
Okay, all right.
I would have
fine.
accepted that answer.
I'll take a pass either way. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's pretty crazy. Like you could get hurt or you could die by getting struck by lightning, or you could have superpowers. So it seems like there's like a 1 in 3 chance of success there. Is that a good ratio?
I was reading a fact where there's like an 80 or 90% chance of surviving a lightning strike if you get hit.
And then
and
of the
more so-
90%, what percent get powers?
89.
Okay,
But I did hear that men have a higher chance of surviving it than ladies for
Interesting.
whatever reason. I don't know why.
What about men who wear Lululemon clothing? Same
100%. 100% survival rate.
100%. Gotcha.
100%. Because they're secure.
If it was
right? So-
if it was truly 89%, you get struck by lightning, you get a superpower. Would you take that risk?
yeah, I would be out in the storm with a metal rod.
Okay.
I would storm
Sword.
chase.
Gotcha.
Sword?
All right.
Rod?
I got one tidbit to close things out. This is the item
it.
that you refused to review.
Yeah, I know what you're
and
talking about.
It is this battery pack right here.
Yep.
All right. So you must
Yep.
already have a battery pack for the next backpacking trip, but this is called Nest Out, and it looks kind of like a canteen. And there, so every new piece of gear has to have some sort of like new thing to it. And so this one, I don't know that I bring this backpacking, but if you want to have just on hand, this comes with like, you can buy like tripod attachments. It has a light attachment to it. So it can be used like a flashlight. They have just like various attachments to it. Pretty cool. But really what's different about this one is, and I learned this from their company, they say that if your regular like Anchor battery packs, if you drop them on a hard surface like a rock or just something hard, that can literally like break the battery. So they're not hardy essentially. And that's what these are. So if you're clumsy, I wish I could say like Derek, but really I'm the clumsy guy. If you're clumsy like me and you have the potential to break something, or you're just, like shuffling through gear in your pack and things are flying everywhere, this might be a solution. They come in different sizes. This canteen looking one it's like the 5,000, and then it's got the different plugins. The USB.
Do they have like a higher ampage on that? Do they have like a 10 or 20,000?
Yeah, they get all the different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the ones those look like full size not like full size canteens, but they just look like a full canteen but miniature version. Yeah. So they got it's kind of cool. So in terms of weight, they're probably not going to be competitive with the ultralight battery models out there, but they're going to be more hardy. So it just depends on what you're after. If you have kids with you who are using them, for example, or people like me who are going to break them, might be worth an investment. Nest
probably
Out
really
is the
good.
brand. I'll have a link.
Probably really good for like camping though. Car camping or something like that.
Oh wait, yeah. Are you regretting me not sending this to you?
No. I don't really car camp. That's okay.
All right, man. That's all I got.
That is all I got, guys. Thanks again. Send us your power rankings if you want. Send us comments, troll us, whatever. We'll take it all. It's always good. Guys, thanks again for hanging out with us. If you want to power rank your friends, just know that Carl just cracked my top 1,000. We will see you next time.
I want to fly.